What if I told you you would never have to actually feed your animals again? And you'd never have to collect their milk or manure or slurry ever again? Well, those will soon be a reality as Let's Be Having Moo is updating their lazy distribution version 1001. And we've got it. This pack already had quite a few really useful things in it, and now it is growing exponentially. So with version 1001, let's take a look at the changelog. We've got added animal pen feeding, added an animal feed silo, which is very cool, added cotton to the silos, and a lazy cow distribution, which is already in the mod pack, can now be placed near a cow barn, and it'll act as a silo extension, but you will need to turn it on, run it to distribute. And I've actually got that shown off right here. So this is very, very cool now. So in here, which we've got, to be fair, a lot going on in here. So with it, you got buffalo milk, manure, milk, and slurry. One of the nice things is you got 150,000 liters of each. It is a 1 in, 1 out. So you don't have to worry too much about any of that. And the great thing with this now, because we've got this, let's come over here and take a look at the very bottom right-hand side. We can see that it is acting as a manure extension. Oh yeah, and it's also added as a slurry extension, so it's give us another 150,000 liters on this building itself, and of course it's doing the milk as well, but for some reason that doesn't show up down at the bottom. So what about these feed triggers? Well, check this out. I've got just one of them put down right now. What this will do is actually drop pallets in here, and it'll feed the cows. We've got one spot for TMR, and we've got another spot for straw. Now, all animals other than horses have one of these, so that is very, very nice. We can come down in here, and we've also got customization options. So warning stripes, normal. You can also do a smaller set of warning stripes. You can take them off altogether. You can take the icons off and have the warning stripes there, or just have a trigger so you don't have to have all this stuff on the ground. This is available for cows. We've also got one for pigs too, and yes, the one for pigs, you can change everything up, so that's nice. You got one for sheep. This one's going to be grass and hay. If you were curious, you could do either one, so if you prefer to feed them grass, well, this will be an easy way to do it from another location. As far as the chickens go, you've got wheat and barley, so again, both of them. You don't need both, but you could do both, and yep, that's it. Bees don't need feeding, so let's move on. You may have noticed that there's not one for horses in this version 1001. There's not one for horses. I don't know if there will be in the future. We will have to wait and see. So now that you've seen the animal pen feeding, let's take a look at the animal feed silo. This thing might be my favorite addition to this update. So on the outside, it's a normal silo, but on the inside, we've got a 1-to-1 as well. So you've got hay, pig food, straw. You've got straw here as well. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say grass, and TMR. What this allows you to do is to input things at a different location so you can dump things or get things out, and you never have to visit anywhere else, because one of the nice things is wherever, if you set this to distributing, for example, set it to distributing, there we go. Anything that takes hay will take this. Production's been around for a while now, so kind of get the idea of production or distributing, selling, and things like that. But let's say we've got our TMR here, and we change our output to distributing. Well, there's only one place that is going to accept TMR, at least that I've got put down, and that is this right here. Now, I've also kind of set up a scenario as well. Over here, I've got a TMR mixer, and then we've got the tractor swathing mod right here, which removes straw, and then you can send straw elsewhere. So that was kind of my making TMR and making straw. But you could easily just use this bad boy right here as well. And honestly, this is a lot easier than running 3 different productions. But if I wanted to, for example, in here, all we would have to do is set this to distributing, and it would send the straw wherever it needed to go. Thing is, it would also send the wheat off as well. So let's say you had chickens too. Well, hey, you'd be good to go. The TMR mixer would be a little bit easier. This is actually a modded version that I used on the Comston/Oakbridge series. It's been a while. So let's show you how this is going to work and make your life super duper easy. So we've got our animal feed silo here. We've got the new hamburger trailer right here. This is actually from HT Modding. It's for all platforms, holds up to 555,000 liters. We've go for the 255,000 liter version here, and we've got our silo, which will hold TMR. Now, I don't think I've got this set to anything, at least not yet. Nope, nothing yet, so it's just going to hang on to everything, and we're filling up our TMR. And we got a little bit of straw. We'll do the same thing here. So plenty of straw and plenty of TMR. We also have that lazy cow feed distribution, straw and TMR as well. So we're going to set these two things to distributing. So we'll change our output distributing on the straw, change our output to distributing on the TMR. We're going to activate, and we're going to activate a second time. So now, all we gotta do is wait a little bit of time, let a little bit of time go, and productions start running. And as you can see, we've got some straw that's already, whoop, it's already gone again. I believe those are about 5,000 liters each. So, yep, 5,000 liters at a time. And one of the nice things about that is it will work alongside the, hey, there's the TMR. And you can see it's filling up. And it is a pallet. Well, if I could grab one, it is a pallet. So you can, like, grab it and move it around, I guess, if you wanted to. But there it is. Got it. Ha-ha. No, don't. No. I stole it. Haha. So you can see it's a custom pallet. Heads up, if you have Yoast Modding's liftable pallets mod, the pallet itself will be different, or some of them will be different, maybe not all of them, and they'll only be 1,000 liters, but they will, well, I guess also be liftable. These are liftable as well. There's really nothing in here, but as you can see, it is 100 kgs, so that is nice, and we'll bring it over here and let it finish emptying out. Sorry there, bud. And you don't have to just have one of these down if you don't want to. You could put down a couple of these if you really felt like it, but time would really have to start going through for it to get in there. But yeah, you can do this. You will need to use the free build mode, so be aware of that. And if, let's see, I don't actually know if we could do 2 down or not. I mean, I assume we can. Yeah, may as well try. So with these as well, you see, yep, everything's going through. As long as there's room there, it can only drop 2 pallets at a time. So if the animal's full, well, it's not going to send anything. And then when there's a spot available, it will. You see, we've got more TMR dropping there. This is going to be exactly the same for your chickens, for your pigs, for the sheep, goats, everybody like that. Everything's going to be the same. It looks like that's probably going to be the one that gets everything. So it's not insanely fast, but you can tell it's going pretty good. What if we crank that time up a little bit? Because that was how it was running in 0.5 times. I'll be interested to see if it speeds it up anymore. So there we've got some TMR, drop down. There's some straw that gets dropped down over there. It might get pretty fast pretty quickly. So we'll let that go for now. Let's come out here and take a look at our production that is collecting all of our stuff. If we take a look at this, we've already got 1,400 liters of manure, 206 liters of milk, and 1,800 liters of slurry in there. Now, I've got all of that set to storing so that I could look at it. However, if I set that to distributing, for example, I mean, you can set it to selling as well. I guess there's nothing stopping you from setting it to selling, change output, selling. Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to, but probably better to distribute and get something else out of it. So for example, we got our BGA up here. I've got manure and slurry set to turn on. So with that BGA, you could do that. And then I've got milk set up right here. So from here, lazy cow distribution, there we go. If I take this and we go change output to distributing, distribute, and distribute. Now over time, those are gonna send those off to the other productions, which I've got way over there, just out of my way. And that will make things nice and easy. All right, so we can see we are now full of straw, so we don't have to worry about the straw anymore. And TMR is slowly dropping. We've still got stuff there. One of the nice things as well is you could still come through here with a trailer and drop off TMR. So yes, straw may be full, but the TMR is not yet. You could just drive a tractor through here and fill it up. And just for funsies, here's what it looks like. It's also important to remember that these are still production chains. So total, these will hold 150,000 liters. Even though they're dropping 5,000 liter pallets, it's still a production chain at the end of the day. It's just kind of an invisible building, if you want to think about it like that. So you are still getting tons of straw, tons of TMR, just sitting there waiting. And let me tell you what, if you've got a base game building like this and you've got even one of these down, you're going to be A-OK. 2 is, honestly, for this building and the amount of cows in here, 2 of these is a bit overkill. But it works! Now, one of the other nice things about this update is the addition of cotton to the silos. Now, I'm gonna have to use my Superman powers for this one, unfortunately, but it will take bales. So all you gotta do is put a cotton bale right over the trigger. Right there you go. And it will slowly take it and then disappear. You can see we have 30,000 liters of cotton in there, actually a little bit more than 30,000. I don't know how that happened. And because cotton is technically a loose product as well, all you gotta do is come in here, find your cotton, and then click it. And it'll fill your trailer up with cotton, and then you could go sell it. And also because this silo doesn't take any of the things that are happening over here with any of this other stuff, it's just a grain silo. Well, and a cotton silo, I guess, as well. You don't have to worry about cross-contamination between the production chains. There's so much that could go wrong when you've got a bunch of extra stuff through here. But look at that. None of these crops are being added with the cattle. And when you get into other animals like horses, for example, or your pigs, well, you may have a little bit of overlap, especially if you're using regular crops instead of the regular feed. But as you can see right here, everything's filling up. Doesn't look like the dairy's got anything yet. I don't even think I've got... Do we have this set up right? We do. We just haven't gotten enough to send over there yet. How about we give it a day in game and we see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. So plenty of income and plenty of stuff going on. We've still got our food going in, so we've got about half the amount of food available, but we should be good to go there. So I'm just confirming, I think there's a game thing going on with this. Let's turn off the super strength there. So these are able to be lifted. So my recommendation is to come through in the morning and just kind of mess with these a little bit, make them move around. When they drop down brand new, you'll be a-okay. But yeah, there's something with Farming Simulator where if there's a pallet that just sits there for a while, it won't actually activate within the trigger itself. So if you get full, like I've done, a couple times a day, just come through and move them all a little bit. I think you have to do the same thing with like flower pallets and stuff like that. So this is nothing new, nothing crazy, but it is working. So that is very cool. After we've set up that overnight shenanigans, let's see what kind of trouble they've gotten into. So some manure, some milk, and some slurry. However, we take a look at our BGA. We've got plenty of stuff, including 19,000 liters of digestate, plenty of milk going on, and milk bottled is going out as well. So the aftermath of the productions is great. And guess what? I didn't have to do nothing other than move a couple pallets and fill up that silo over there. I love mods like this. I wanted to share it with you to get you hype. This is so cool. I'm so excited. Let's go. Now, I've just shown off how the cattle works, but remember, we've got the exact same thing for pigs, sheep, and chickens. And yes, with the chickens, you've got a place for the eggs to go out. For the sheep, you've got not only a place for the goat milk to go out, but you've also got a place for wool and your place for feed. And of course, little baby piggies, got this. Now, I guess you could also use this. It wasn't mentioned in the save, but I guess you could use this as well. The lazy distribution, the lazy cow distribution for the manure and slurry, because it is an extension, and pigs make manure and slurry. So I'm guessing you could also use that as well. They don't make milk, but you could just, you could just turn those off and you're good to go. Or you could put a pig pen right in the middle, right over here, and it would take from both. Productions are crazy. I know some people don't like them, but I love them. And there you go. That is everything that you've got coming with Lazy Distribution 1001 by Let's Be Having Moo. I hope you enjoyed this one. Big shouty outy to them for sending it over to show you ahead of time. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very, very excited about this. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like, get subscribed, join the GoHam fam, do the notification dance. That way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome day. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you in the next one.